Today we're looking at Genesis 43 and 44. These chapters continue not only the story of Joseph, but in reality, again, the story of how God's people would end in Egypt. And in the midst of this, we see a character, a character's character has changed. The famine has continued. As God told Joseph, it's going to last for 7 years. And the food that the brothers had brought back from Egypt, that Joseph had given to them, the food is running out. And so Jacob, again, Israel is the name God gave him. He sends his sons, all of them, including his favored son Benjamin, because of the demand of this Egyptian ruler. And one brother steps forward to take responsibility for Benjamin, Judah. The brothers fearfully make their way back to Egypt because remember, they had been given the money back. So in a way, they're returning to a situation where they could be accused of stealing and they'd have nothing to stand on. Who are they going to bring in as a character witness for them, so to speak? But they go with double payment, show of good faith. They show up. They're upfront about not having paid before, but Joseph's steward goes, no, everything's settled. Must have been your God. Joseph meets with his brothers, including his full brother Benjamin, is overcome with emotion. I mean, it's been about 17 years or so since he's seen his younger brother. And he's so overcome with emotion, he has to leave the room. In Egyptian culture, from what I've read, it was just uncouth to show negative emotion publicly. And as Joseph throws a banquet, shows the brothers honor, puts them in birth order, but then he gives Benjamin 5 times more food. After the banquet, the brothers are given food to take back on the journey, but Joseph arranges for Benjamin to be put in jeopardy. His cup is put in Benjamin's pack. Chase after them. Who's the thief? Benjamin's the thief. But Judah steps forward to place himself in Benjamin's position of punishment. Judah, whose idea it was to sell father favorite Joseph in the first place and then participated in lying about it to their father. Judah, who, go back to Genesis 38, wouldn't give his daughter-in-law Tamar to his youngest son, which was the cultural expectation and the way to provide for Tamar, given that she was twice a widow. Judah, who was willing to use a woman he didn't know, didn't care about so much that he ended up using his own daughter-in-law uncaringly, and then was willing to contemn her because it was expedient for him. That Judah now offers his life in the place of the son he knows is his father's favorite. Judah's character has been changed, and it started with that interaction with Tamar in Genesis 38, where she exposed his hypocrisy and more. Judah's love for his father had changed over those years. His love for his favorite brother, as in his father's favorite brother, had changed. Judah had changed. This won't be the last time we hear Judah mentioned in Genesis, but I'll leave that for another day. The thought for the day I want to bring to us is this: how have your past failures shaped you? See, like Judah, we can allow our past failures to shape us to become closer to God. It comes by confession and repentance. And that is a way God shapes our heart to be more like his. Or we can allow our past failures to shape us by ignoring them, excusing them, keeping them away from our thinking in a way that allows God to shape us. We don't dwell on the past to pity ourselves. We learn from the past to let God shape us into his kind of people. And for that difficult process, wherever that leads you you today, I just say this blessing over you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious to you. And today, would you know his peace? God bless.